It is Oregon Wine Month, and winemakers are facing uncertainty amid tariffs and a decline in drinking. But wine aficionados are finding fun ways to enjoy a drink that in the past has been seen as pretentious. That brings us to Willamette Week's wine issue, where the paper dove into the world of wines to see how Oregon's wine country is adapting. Joining us to talk about the issue is Willamette Week reporter Rachel Saslow. Rachel, thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that. What went into putting together this year's wine issue, and what topics did Willamette Week really focus on this time around?
So we actually haven't done a wine issue in a really long time. Willamette Week has written a lot about beer. We host beer awards, but we have not really turned our attention to the Willamette Valley wine industry in a while. So we did a full wine issue that came out today, and but we did it sort of in a Willamette Week way. So we made it really approachable and fun. We found people a bunch of less expensive wine happy hours that they could go to in town. We looked at some cool new tasting rooms and some wineries that have young owners doing interesting things. And we looked at just the whole Willamette Valley and ways to sort of break into it if you don't feel like you know a lot about wine.
You wrote a story about a wine experience in Dundee. Tell me about that, how that was different than the other wine tastings.
It was very different than any wine tasting I had ever been to. So I went to Artist Block in Dundee. It's owned by a winemaker named Anna Sweet. She is also a visual artist. And so it's a tasting room and an art gallery at the same time. So you're in this beautiful surroundings naturally, but also with all of the paintings on the walls. And then the other cool thing they're doing is they're doing kittens and wine tasting. So just to make something that's already fun, way more fun, you have these like Bengal kittens, which are super fancy kittens, kind of crawling on you and playing with you while you're drinking wine. It was really quite something, and I would recommend it to anybody.
We've got about 25 seconds left. You did a blind taste test of some Merlots as well. How'd that go?
Not great. We found out that the Willamette Week team, our palates are not quite as refined as we thought. Actually, we didn't really think our palates were that refined, but it was a very fun way to spend a Thursday afternoon in the office.
Dave Stileski wants to know if you have any extras back there at Willamette Week for him.
We'll see what we can dig up.
All right, Rachel, thank you as always. You can read the entire article in the latest edition of Willamette Week on newsstands now or online at wweek.com.